Today's openings begin with Hired Hand Brown Ale from Heritage Farms Brewing. I haven't heard of Heritage Farms Brewing before, but apparently they're a family-owned brewery that's been harvesting wheat and barley near Winkler, Manitoba since the 1800s. They describe it as a medium-bodied English brown ale with moderate sweetness and a balanced bitterness. Flavors of biscuit and caramel and toffee and chocolate. Cool. That is very much an English medium brown. I like that. So the first thing in says it's a power supply module. We shall see about that. Yeah, that looks kind of power supply-ish. Does it say anything on this side? L7912, LM7812, plus 7912. 7812 and 7912 are two 12-volt linear voltage regulators. 7812 is the positive and 7912 is the negative. Dual voltage power supply? That could be fun. So it comes with a couple of 3-pin cables there. One for the input, one for the output, presumably. You got two devices stuck to heat sinks. That one is a 7912, and I can't see that one, but I'm going to guess, based on the package, that it's a 7812. And on the back side, we have a plus VCC, a minus VC, and ground on that side, and an AC or DC ground, and AC or DC on this side. On the side that says AC or DC has 4 diodes, which I'm going to assume is a bridge rectifier kind of thing. So if I am interpreting this correctly, this wants probably an AC transformer or something with a center tap on it. Bridge rectifier, couple of capacitors, 35 volt, 100 microfarad, and then I can't really follow the traces all that well, but I'm going to assume it goes to these two regulators, more capacitors, and then we have just capacitor, LED, resistor, LED, capacitor. Just a nice, simple little dual rail power supply board, I think. I'm pretty sure. LM7812 plus LM7912 plus minus 12 volts dual voltage regulator rectifier bridge power supply module. Currently selling on eBay for $4.23. Back when I bought it, it was $3.69. Free shipping then and free shipping now. So according to this, the input voltage is in DC anywhere 15 to 24 volts or AC 12 to 16 volts. Only when the input is positive and negative dual voltage, the output for dual voltage. That doesn't explain it all that well, but I guess I will explore this in further detail in a future video if anybody is interested, but I'm pretty sure it's just a basic dual rail power supply. And like I said, you give it center tapped AC input, probably the easiest thing to do, and it will give you a plus 12 and a minus 12 volt output. Well, that was interesting. Let's see what random thing showed up in my P.O. box. This says component. It's another RFID set. I got another one of these a month or so back, and 2 or 3 videos back, I took a closer look at using it. I will put a link to that up in the corner there. But this is another one. It comes with a card and a key tag. You can use this for such things as unlocking doors or giving access to things or identifying people. Or with the right code, there is actually 1K of memory space on each of these cards, so you could put some secrets on there or something else if you wanted to, and you can read it with an Arduino or a Raspberry Pi or something like that. So yeah, that is a cool thing. Thank you to my anonymous donor. As usual, when it's something I've been sent anonymously, I will link you to this eBay search, sorted as usual, price plus shipping lowest first. And you can buy these things not at auction for $1.43. So they're a nice cheap thing to play around with. A lot of Arduino starter kits come with these in them, and if they don't, it's super cheap to buy one. I guess $1.43 is probably close to 99 cents American. But yeah, these are super cheap, easy to get your hands on, and they're not very heavy lift to play with initially. There's good libraries for Arduino and for MicroPython to get you started, and yeah, you can do all kinds of neat things with them. Fun to have, and thank you to my anonymous donor for sending me another one. So the next thing that showed up unexpectedly at my P.O. box is this box here, which I'm guessing is somebody trying to promote their Kickstarter. So let's pop it open and see what this is. We have what looks like an Altoids tin and a note. Hang on for just a second. Okay, there's no personal information on there. Greetings, I thought you'd like to take a look at this project on Kickstarter. Part of the Kickstarter Make 100 campaign, yada yada yada. The T-16 pocket panel is an everyday carry LED light panel that fits in your pocket and fits inside a standard Altoids style tin. Right. If you want to read the details, you can pause this at any point and read through them. But I am more interested in getting into the thing itself. A band around the tin. That's interesting. So there you go. Oh, that looks exactly like the picture in the thing. Okay, and I think that's a 3D printed case. Yeah, that definitely looks like a 3D printed case to me. Feels like it too. So on this side we have the artwork. We have a power button. We have 4 screws. On the end there we have a switch, and here we have 3, 4, 2, 4, 3. What did he say that was? 15? 16 LEDs. So, power switch on the back, nothing. Is that, is it not charged? Oh, there we go. Oh, wow. So I guess I just had to push and hold. So the power button lights up, and we've got some illumination here. Let's see if it has any modes. Yep. Dim, 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 really dim, and brighter again. Okay. So the different dimming modes, PWM them down, and then it shuts some off for more dimness. And oh, okay. You can get the center ones on, or the outside ones, or presumably both of them. Okay, I'm sure there's some secret modes in here somewhere, but anyway, there it is, just a little rechargeable light. As of the time of recording, he's raised $487 out of his $56 goal. He's at 7 backers and 24 days to go. It will probably be between 15 and 20 days when you see this, I expect. Yes, standard Kickstarter disclaimer right there. So he is selling this as a kit. There's what's included in the basic kit for a $39 follow. Looks like you just have to do some minor assembly. The LEDs themselves are already on the board, and the microcontrollers on the board, so you just have to add the lenses and some mechanical bits and pieces and the connectors and stuff. All right. He's got the schematic and the firmware and the STL for the case, all available for download for followers. Okay. So it seems like a relatively open project that he's got going on here. Anyway, if you're interested, I guess follow the link to the Kickstarter and read more about it. This guy that sent it in knew what kind of a channel he was sending it to, so I am not concerned about giving away his secrets, pulling it apart here. I'm going to guess that he expected that to happen. So we've got some heatsink inserts, we've got some transparent or translucent filament there, the little switch bit there. That's a nice little design. And we got a couple of little retainer clips holding the battery in place. That's nice. That means you can replace it if you want to. That's pretty cool. 1500 milliamp lithium-ion battery. That's good. And then, oh wow, look, circuit board art. Okay, yeah, there is the PIC microcontroller. We got some power handling devices in the corners. Ooh, and even pogo pins for your programming header on there. That's pretty neat. All right, next thing in. It feels like there's more than one thing in this package, and that is possible. I know AliExpress has been packaging multiple things together when they've been shipping things lately. Yeah, we got 3 things here, and oh, that one's got my address on it. Hang on for just a second. Okay, that's better. Anonymity preserved. So let's look at the first one here that's not in a box or in a bag. It says component test tool. What are you? Oh, it's got 4 little pogo prongs on it, and some pads in there, and some pads in there for different things, and a USB-C on the back. This isn't ringing any bells. I'm assuming that I ordered it back last year, October or September or something. Can output 1 kilohertz there. It's got an optocoupler tester there. Places to plug in IGBTs or thyristors or NPN, PNP or NPNP or NMOS. Power on optocoupler or optocoupler test pins. It's fairly light on details in here. Wonder if the listing says anything more. Optocoupler tester, optocoupler test detection tool, optocoupler online test module, etc., etc., etc. There's 2 different versions, the chargeable one or the plug-in one, which is of course the cheaper one. That's the one I got for $11.78 with free shipping. Equipped with a component judgment light. The green light will turn on when the components are normal. Smart components test magic. No need to change gears. Results in seconds. Okay, so it looks like you just clamp it across your optocoupler, even one in circuit, and there's just a light up there that glows apparently. Okay, so again, there's all those open pads up there, and you need to test, you need to know what pinout your device is. The multi-tester that I've already got, and I'll show you in a second, that one identifies the pins for you and tests them. So I think the only real use this thing's going to be is for testing optocouplers in circuit, i.e. inside a power supply, which if it saves having to desolder the power supply, then that alone will probably be worth it, I think. I hope. So as far as I can tell, you just hold it down over the top of your optocoupler and make contact with 4 pins. And if it's in the right orientation, the green light comes on. So it's not smart enough to know if it's backwards or forwards, but it also doesn't seem to damage the optocoupler if it's backwards. That's good, I guess. But with these 6-pin ones, you not only have to know the pinout, but you also have to know which way around you're going, and it doesn't seem to want to do anything there. So maybe this little socket here, it's got pin 1 labeled up in the corner there, and of course the pin 1 dot on the package. So if that wants to make contact in there, that doesn't seem so useful. Okay, well it works with the 4-pin ones anyways. And as I mentioned with the pins up here, if you know what the pinout is on your transistor, then you should be able to get it to light up on a transistor too. There we go. So that's an NPN transistor. But for that kind of devices where you may not know your pinout necessarily, these are a lot better because they identify not just the pinout, or whether it's good or not, but it also gives you the forward voltage and a few other parameters too. So for transistors, at least not in circuit ones, that is the better choice. But if you are checking for an optocoupler on a circuit board, that works pretty darn well. In circuit, you don't have to pull it out. Now then, is that $11 or $12 worth of cool for just that one function that it does pretty well? I don't know. But if you're repairing a lot of power supplies, it might come in handy. Let's see what the rest of this stuff is. This one, again, doesn't say what it is in the package, so let's go in. This is a heatsink. That's very fine fins on that heatsink. That is 10 centimeters by 3 centimeters, according to my map there. Inexpensive heatsinks are hard to find. That's why usually I try and salvage them, but I think I probably got this one for a reasonable price. I'm assuming so anyways, because I'm a cheapskate. Aluminum heatsink. Heatsink for high power LED, amplifier, transistor, etc., etc. 100 millimeter by 41 by 8 millimeters. Oh, it was a little off my measurement. Regardless, it's nothing too fancy or shocking, but it is a useful thing to have. And I believe I'm going to be using this when I upgrade my homemade DC load once all the parts show up. And the last thing in that 3-pack also doesn't say what it is, or at least not in English. Oh, it's another heatsink. Okay, oh no, it's 2 more heatsinks. And they are exactly the same size as that other one. 2 different sellers, I guess. 2-piece lot, 300 or 100 millimeter, 100 by 41 by 8 millimeter aluminum heatsink, yada yada yada, all the same. I got the 2 100 millimeter ones, exactly the same as the previous one. This time for $5.59 for the lot, plus $1.50 for shipping. The 300 millimeter would have been almost $19 plus another $8 shipping. Wow. Yeah, that will be why I went for the smaller and cheaper one. Not much different down here. It's the same thing as before. Right. The next package. And the next package is huge. But also, based on what's on the outside and what I've ordered, I'm pretty sure I know what this is. This is a Creality filament dryer. They call it a Space Pi, not to be confused with a Raspberry Pi. The box is almost too big to be put on my workbench, but basically it's got adjustable temperature, real-time humidity monitoring, a timer, 1-button settings for up to 12 different filaments, and a 360-degree PTC hot air heating. I got the 100 to 120 volt version because of course I did. That's North America. And yeah, it runs on 145 watts, or up to 145 watts of power. Let's get the plastic wrapping on it. It comes with a piece of PTFE, aka Teflon tubing. Comes with the correct power cord. And inside here we have a little manual. And oh, we got a couple of little rollers or rods for the filament reel to sit on. Ball bearings on them. That's kind of neat. This is going to be a little bit hard to show because it's just so huge on the workbench. But yeah, there's all the things it comes with. The unit itself, power cord, the tube, and the manual that I've got in my hand here. That's what the screen looks like when it's running. Working temperature between 45 and 70 degrees Celsius. It can take a 1 kilogram filament spool. It can run up to 48 hours, and it's got a touch control on the front. I'm not going to go through this whole thing right now because this thing is going to get its own video after I've played with it for a little while. But let's just bop over to Creality's website. Yes, I actually bought this direct from Creality. I tried to buy one from AliExpress, but things happened and I ended up getting a refund because they said it was whatever. It's a long story. It doesn't matter. I ended up canceling that order and ordered this directly from Creality's website. It only cost me a couple of dollars more to order it directly from them, and I got it fairly quickly. So let's just go and see that. Oh, the Creality Space Pi filament dryer, currently on sale for $69 Canadian on their official website. Nice price. Flash sale apparently ends in 25 days. However, that was the same thing that I paid for it back when I bought it, and it looks like the flash sale has reset itself. So be it. Creality's got local websites for each different region. I will link you to the Canadian one, but just click there and scroll down for your own region if you want. Anyway, what do we have here? 360-degree hot air heating with an 80-watt PTC heater, 3.7-inch LCD touchscreen, in 1 key temperature settings for up to 12 different types of filaments, 48 hours, we saw that. Power off memory function, sure. Multiple diameters of filaments, sure. Everything you'd want in a filament dryer, I guess. I've never had one of these before. I saw a few reviews, and this is as good as any from the shootouts that I've seen. Some are more expensive, some take different sizes of filament or amounts of filaments in it. But I figured since I've already got a Creality printer and a Creality laser, and I like them both, there's no reason not to go with this here too. and it was fairly affordable compared to the competition. Well, that was an interesting mailbag. A lot of unexpected, a lot of things that I think are going to be quite useful. Although this little optocoupler tester, I'm not sure. If I'm testing optocouplers in circuit, I think is probably where it is going to shine the most. For my normal component testing needs out of circuit, I will still probably rely on this thing the most often. But still, an interesting tool to have in the arsenal, I guess. Thanks to my anonymous donor for sending me another RFID board and a couple of tags to work with it. Those are neat little things to add to the collection. We have these 3 different heat sinks, and when you're working with power electronics, heat sinks are always a handy thing to have to get rid of the heat so you don't blow things up. And there's this little plus and minus 12 volt, I think, yeah, plus and minus 12 volt linear regulator board. I don't remember why I bought this when I bought this, but I do remember building a dual voltage power supply some time ago, and I built it as 5 volts, so yeah, maybe that's what this is for, is to bump it up to 12 volts. I'll have to dig in a little bit deeper. Then there's this little Kickstarter flashlight unit that I got sent. Did I kill the battery on it? Oh no, you just got a long press. That's a neat little thing. Again, he's selling it on Kickstarter or running it on Kickstarter or whatever as a kit. So you have to do the 3D printing yourself, and you have to source your battery yourself, because lithium batteries are always a pain to get shipped and buy. But it's an interesting little thing. I may just leave that in the car as an emergency flashlight. I'm not sure. But yeah, if you're willing to take a gamble on a Kickstarter, that's an interesting little one. And then last, and certainly not least, is the Creality Space Pi filament dryer. I think that's going to come in handy, especially when I'm printing PETG or ABS, because those are much more hygroscopic than PLA. In the winter in Canada, in my part of Canada anyway, the relative humidity is super dry regardless, so it's not a big deal. In the summer it gets a bit more humid, but again, with the more sensitive filaments like PETG, you do need a dryer to do that optimally. So I think that is going to be a good thing, and I hope to have a more in-depth video on that coming up soon. Not sponsored. That one I paid for with my own money. You may have noticed that I haven't been doing any sponsored videos this year, and I'm hoping to keep it that way for a while. I don't mind it when these people send me free stuff, but I don't like the obligation that comes with it. Not that they're obliging me to say nice things about them necessarily, but they want a certain number of videos in a certain amount of time, and I'm doing this for fun. I'm not really in it for the glory or anything else, but I don't know. I may take a free tool once in a while in the future, but I'm really trying to cut back on that stuff, and I hope that doesn't bother you guys. Anyway, thanks for watching. I always appreciate that. Thanks to my anonymous donors who send me random things in the mail. Thanks to my YouTube channel members and my Patreon supporters for helping keep the beer fridge full. And as always, thanks to everybody for watching. Questions, comments down below. I'll talk to you later.